Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
With proposals and counter-proposals flying, tonight the president of the UAW says they all belong in the trash can.
We aren't going to lay down and take whatever scraps they give us.
Sean Fain telling his membership to be ready to strike Thursday night. The current offers from the Detroit 3 vary, but all include pay increases between 10 and 14.5%, plus other extras like lump sum payments and bonuses. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. I'm Karen Drew.
And I'm Damon Fernandez. Tonight, the UAW's chief gave his membership the rundown on why he says this isn't enough. Our Mara McDonald is live at Solidarity House. Mara, that deadline is coming up. It's Thursday.
Demond, it sure is, and I'll tell you, we've seen a flurry of activity at Solidarity House tonight, but that deadline is fast approaching. Thursday, 11:59 p.m.
We have counteroffers in from each company, and I've filed them in their proper place again.
You'll notice the UAW chief has now labeled his trash can. Currently, here are the highlights of what the Detroit 3 are offering. Ford and GM, a 10% pay increase over the life of the contract, plus lump sum bonuses and ratification bonuses. Today, Stellantis offered up a 14.5% raise, but none of the extras.
A 14.5% increase over 4 years is deeply inadequate. It doesn't make up for inflation. It doesn't make up for decades of falling wages, and it doesn't reflect the massive profits we've generated for this company.
All automakers shot down Fain's 32-hour work week, 40% plus pay raises, retiree benefit bumps, a return to defined pension plans, and ending the tiered wage system after 90 days. The automakers did budge on the years it takes to reach full scale. Fain said if there's no deal by Thursday, a strike potentially against all three is coming.
Stand up. Be ready to stand up for yourselves, for your families, and for your communities.
Back here live, the automakers have made it clear they believe that the offers that they have put on the table are very generous, and analysts have said what Fain has asked for in all these audacious, as he once referred to them, requests, it is simply not sustainable. We are live on Detroit's east side at Solidarity House. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
And again, lots of folks waiting and watching to see what happens on this. Mara, thank you.
A Florida man is in custody at this hour in connection to several state police vehicles being damaged and set on fire. It happened Wednesday morning at the MSP post in Sault Ste. Marie. Investigators say the vehicles were shot up, some were set on fire. Man has been arrested, and investigators say he remains hospitalized in critical condition after exchanging gunfire with state police. The motive is unclear. Police are not releasing the suspect's identity.
Attorneys representing a man who was allegedly punched by a Detroit police officer say their client is on life support right now. 70-year-old Darrell Vance is hospitalized after an incident at a Midtown restaurant last Friday. Police say Vance was intoxicated when the officer arrived after a call about a disturbance. DPD tells us body cam footage shows the officer asking the man to leave multiple times. The man strikes the officer on the head. The officer then punches him in the jaw, causing his head to hit the ground. Now, Vance's family has retained fire law and plans to file a lawsuit.
An investigation is underway right now after two Detroit police officers are accused of roughing up a 20-year-old. The incident happened last Wednesday in front of the man's home. An investigator for the Board of Police Commissioners presented a preliminary review to the board. It highlighted differences between video evidence and reports.
The other statement that says once the male observed the scout car, he pulled his shirt down and began to walk quickly away from the officers westbound on Riot Hill. That absolutely did not happen. According to the car dash video, it just didn't happen. His shirt was already over his pants and he was walking.
Chief Investigator Warfield says the case has been assigned to a senior investigator who will begin interviews immediately.
Michigan State University's Board of Trustees amended the school's ordinance on weapons and firearms. The board voted 5-2 today. The amendment clarifies that students and employees may not, even with the valid permit, possess a firearm anywhere on the 5,300-acre campus. It does include a clause that allows members of the public who have concealed pistols licenses to have the firearm in their vehicle. Officials with MSU say today's amendment was not done in response to the February campus shooting that killed 3 students and injured 5 others. Gun safety groups have been pushing for MSU to clarify its policies for several years.
An attempt to block lawsuits against the state of Michigan over the failure of the Edenville Dam has been rejected. An appeals court panel ruled unanimously that the state does not have governmental immunity regarding that dam disaster of May of 2020. So that means residents can proceed with their claims that the state should be held partially responsible for the damage to property in the Midland area when that dam collapsed. Some of the lawsuits argue state regulators told the owner of the Edenville Dam to raise water levels in Wixom Lake to a level that the dam just could not contain.
Survivors of disgraced sports doctor Larry Nassar presented a lawsuit today against Michigan State University's Board of Trustees. The survivors spoke about broken promises and tactics board members have used to evade truth in the case. The lawsuit, formally filed in July, alleges the board members have withheld over 6,000 secret documents from the Attorney General's office, a violation of the Open Meetings Act. It also contends MSU violated the Freedom of Information Act.
Is there a second?
You said that there's nothing to see in the 6,000 documents that you fought so hard to keep hidden. Yet how can we believe you when we know your track record on the truth?
Now, more than 550 survivors have come forward in the case, and a number of those reported being assaulted before they were 13 years old.
Well, we did learn today there will be no criminal charges against state employees who conducted an active shooter drill at a state psych hospital for kids in Northville. You might recall this drill. I exposed it during one of my investigations last year. The drill happened last December. Problem was the staff, patients, and 4 other police agencies did not know it was a drill. Employees and patients told us they were traumatized. Several filed lawsuits against the state, and insiders say one may be on the way to getting settled. Today, the state attorney general says it conducted an exhaustive analysis and did not find any criminal violations. Okay, so it is like hands-on learning, like these students really have never experienced before.
Yeah, you know, Star International Academy in Dearborn is unveiling its new Career Technical Education Center. Jacqueline Francis was there for the big grand opening and the launch of the school's student-run radio station.
As you all know, the Nest radio station is new to our city, and the team is made up of juniors and seniors from Star International Academy.
There's a lot to talk about at Star International Academy in Dearborn Heights, like the brand new student-run radio station, the Nest Radio.
In our life, you go through 13 years of schooling, and you're just in a classroom behind a desk with the teacher in front of you writing something on the board. But this is different. I'm sitting in this chair. I'm learning how to work this equipment.
Their studio is part of a brand new Career Technical Education Center called the Nest.
The most popular program is the Certified Nurse Aide, or CNA course. Already hundreds of kids are on the wait list, and with a hands-on learning environment like this, you can see why.
So we have a registered nurse from Beaumont who teaches the students every day so they can, at the end of the year, get licensed as a CNA. So hopefully get them right into Beaumont, Henry Ford Hospital, right into the workforce.
Down the hall, another program is all about education.
This is the CDA program, which is the Child Development Associate. And here's high school students come here every single day, 1 hour a day, and they learn how to deal and teach pre-K students.
All of these skills being taught under one roof.
Enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review at siaradio@starpsa.org.
Certain credits earned here can be applied to universities. Reporting in Dearborn Heights, Jacqueline Francis, Local 4.
All right, Karen, so what a difference a few days can make. It's not muggy and humid anymore.
Right? It's kind of nice bringing that cool weather in. A little bit a nice evening for us. Forewarned meteorologist Kim Adams joining us now with a look at our weekend forecast.
Well, and it's even better when the weekend is going to be just a touch warmer and a lot of sunshine. We've got a really nice weekend ahead. Right now, it's cool, 62 in Detroit, 60 in Howell, already down to the upper 50s in Pontiac, and it's currently 63 in Adrian. So pretty much upper 50s to low 60s across the board. Will drop down into the mid 50s in a few suburbs, upper 50s at the airport. It's about anywhere between a degree to about 5 degrees cooler tonight than it was last night. But over the weekend, as I said, we do warm up pretty nicely. Now, it starts out chilly tomorrow morning, so if you're one of those morning joggers or you like to get out and walk the dog in the morning, I mean, it's going to be in the 50s, so there'll be a chill in the air. Still a touch of humidity tomorrow, even though temperatures are in the low 70s. You'll feel it just a bit. Sunday, that humidity is completely gone as drier air moves in. Take a look at this temperature trend. We'll be up to normal for a couple of days, and then look at this dip come midweek. It's going to feel a lot more like fall around here, and we'll talk about our next chance for rain in just a couple minutes.